It's Kister. Hello? Am I muted? I'm not muted. Hello, everybody. I can mute Discord though. Hi! Hello, Kister. It's the Keister bunny. Get it? Keister? Hi. Hello, Bleach. Hello, Abs. Goose, hello. Tater, hello. Cupid, hello. Keister, hello, Caboose. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome into chat. Hello. Hello, Razor. I'm good, how are you? Hello, Arcus. Alright. Okay, we'll let everyone kind of come out. Hello, Ivan! Oh, you know what? That actually reminded me. Thank you, Ivan. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Thank you, Ivan. That reminded me of something that was very, very important. Importante, if you will. Alright. Is the music okay? Is it too loud? Is it not loud? Is it not loud enough? What's more important than talking with chat? Saving the thing so I can just hit Control S instead of my Windows Explorer popping up mid-stream. It's just always fantastic when it does that. Hello? Hello, Gamma. Hello, Comsar. Okay, so, if the music's a little weird, it's my Elysium Skiff playlist, but it's also Spotify's throwing songs in, so I might change things up as we go. But, alright, so just to give a little heads up on what's going to be happening today, I'm going to be drawing magic circles, I think. We'll do that while we talk a little bit about the magic system. I'm going to like kind of go in sections, just so we're not bouncing all over the place. So I have a list of questions that I answered already, but if you have a new question, please try to save it for that section instead of us bouncing around and me getting super duper confused. Yeah, and then if your section doesn't come up, I'll open it up at the end for like other random questions. My duty to confuse you. It doesn't take much. Yeah, and then around the 10 p.m. Eastern. No, around the 10 p.m. Eastern time. We will be doing the Lucky giveaway. So someone might. Poop magic questioners get timed out. Yes, thank you, Commissar. I talked to Commissar about this, so the man's prepared. So you guys gotta be on your best behavior. Yeah, so at around 10 p.m. there will be a Docky giveaway. So you have to be here to win that. So please hang out with us while we do that. Yeah, you can win a Docky. You could win a Docky. Docky. So, yeah. I made my second best behavior. You know what? I'll accept that. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start... I don't think Robo's here. So, unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to funnel this information to him. But I'm gonna start with one of the things that I got asked a lot. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pen, for just flying off. I'm always on my best behavior and very good and pure boy. Yeah, so the first section I'm gonna talk about is, Jim, I have to leave for a bit by... Oh, I even know. So the words really across the pond. I have no idea what's going on. We're talking about the magic system, Beaver. The magic system. So the question I keep getting a lot from people is, why are there no guns? Why can't we have guns? Can I make guns? Where are the guns? Please, I'm begging guns. And there's multiple reasons why there's no guns, and I actually got to sit down and write it out instead of going, Okay, so I do like guns. Yes, so there's several reasons why there's no guns. One of the reasons is there's really no, I joined the words no guns, I cried for Clay. So there's really no reason for them to like develop guns, at least in the specific country that the story takes place, because the country itself is relatively peaceful. A lot of their allies are through trade and things like that. They're not like a warmonger type country. They're not trying to expand all the time. And guns would be very poorly suited for the coil because it's a low light situation. It's a low light situation. Big echoes. You know, yeah, it's dark and cramped. So like long range rifles and stuff wouldn't really make a lot of sense to have. Now I suppose there could be an argument for like a sidearm. But again, low light situations, and they have magic, so that can act in a similar fashion. So there's really like no reason for them to develop guns, if that makes sense. So yeah, collapsible ceilings. Yeah, so it's just it doesn't make sense for them to have guns. A meta reason why there's no guns is I want to have cool fight scenes with like aerobatic type flips and like punches and stuff, and like those types of fights are really lame with guns. So like I don't want to draw a bunch of people like knelt down like shooting from their shoulder. Like I want to have crazy fights, and that's what I want to draw. So that's the meta reason why there's no guns in the gunfu is really lame. I hate gunfu. It's so dumb. So that's why there's no guns. That's why there's no guns developed. So if people would like to take the magic and the tech and create guns to post on the Discord, please feel free. I would still be very, very excited to see that. I think that'd be really cool and creative. I just can't really promise it's ever gonna make it into the story. So you kind of have to do melee. Yeah. This is a great reason. I hate guns and magic type settings. Can I have the power of God and anime on my side? No, you cannot. So that's why there's no guns. So crossbows are in it. Crossbows are... They could potentially still be in, but again, it's like low light, cramped areas. So I don't know how effective crossbows would really be. Like, I don't know how many people would invest in crossbows or bows. You know what I mean? Like melee would be like your go-to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, like I could see like a more I could see a more well-equipped group potentially having like crossbows as sidearms. I could see that, yes. But they're not like totally out, but crossbows are great for cramped areas. Then I want to either a one-handed axe or shield that give me a battle axe. Something like that, or something to throw magic orbs. Okay, well we will get to that, Bleach. You're far superior than God. I mean, unless the tunnels are super windy, I feel like a ranged weapon would be useful for long corridors or chambers in the coil. Yeah, but it's dark. You know what I mean? Like your field of view isn't necessarily always going to be the best. So like I said, there are situations where a ranged weapon would work, but they're going to be fewer and far between, if that makes sense. Been cave diving, so it makes sense. Yeah. So I'm not saying they're out, but I'm saying they're not going to... 8 times out of 10, they're not going to be your most effective choice of weapon. Nah, those lanterns Oh, so Arcus, to be fair, those lantern shrooms were super cool. I had like the coolest idea for a drawing when I was reading that. So I might just draw that, even though it technically doesn't fit your description a little bit. But I might just draw it anyways, because you gave me like the coolest info. California compliant fantasy. It's like all fantasy, my dude. And weapons. Terrible in minds. Hell yeah, do it. Anyway, so that was the first section. Does anyone have any other questions about that before I move on? I know that was a rough one. We pulled the band-aid off right away. We got that right in the beginning. I'm gonna start drawing what I was gonna draw. No, explain clearly. No, that's fine. I had an idea for a different shroom that was basically the same shape as described, and you change it. I can just reuse the idea. Well, there you go. Your intentions are clear. So I'm gonna start quick here, drawing some circles. So they have in Clip Studio Paint, they have cool symmetry rulers, but they also have cool like cool round rulers and stuff. So we can do some neat stuff with that. Don't let them see us. Instead of ranged weapons, they could have an emergency wand that's one use. Okay, well hold on, let's like a fantasy flare gun. Yes! So we can do some cool stuff with this. I just kind of wanted to make some magic circles. I haven't really played around with this too much. I wanted to play around with it. Okay, so what do I have next? So we'll cover Bleach's question of can you eat the stones? You can potentially eat the stones if you wanted to. There would be no advantage to doing that, however. So yes, you could eat the stones. It would be much like eating a rock. Well, so the magic metal itself is toxic in an unrefined state, but the stones are not toxic. So what kind of FMA witchcraft does that mean? So if you ate magic metal, you would most certainly die. If you ate a stone, you would just have a tummy ache because you ate a rock. The rocks don't have any kind of irradiation or anything like that. But the cobalt plutonium? Not sure? Oh, I got you. Not a boulder, it's a rock. Magic metal. So magic metal, but that being said, magic metal does not have any inherent power of its own. It acts like a conduit for the stones, if that makes sense. So it's like the wire between a battery and a light bulb, if that makes sense. Tell me I'm wrong. So I was gonna look up some magic circles, but then I figured I might as well just draw it and then go from there and just kind of feel how we're feeling. So these stones come in 6 colors. Almost 14. Oh, Grandma, no, don't do that. Just freestyle it. It'd be cool. Yeah. So this, well, let's use the colors, why don't we? Stones come in 6 colors. They come in red, orange, and yellow for the striker stones, and guardian stones are green, blue, and purple. So that's in ascending order of strength. So the red striker stone is the strongest striker stone, and a green guardian stone would be the strongest guardian stone. But still. So that's, and someone asked if they glow. They do glow. They make the stones when in Droktemek being used, they make a sound. Yeah. Yeah, they like wind up, which I don't know, I think it's like the coolest thing ever. Oh wow, it's so lime green. My god. There you go, that's a little better. We'll make it glow later. I don't really have like a feel for this. Take nose Arcus. God damn. That was very green. Ooh, I like that until it crossed. Hold on a second. Yeah. I just want to make magic circles. I love magic circles, so I just want an excuse to make magic circles. So the Guardians, what else about stones? Let's see. I took notes and they're on paper, so I'm sorry I'm a little more disorganized than I wanted to be. But oh, someone asked if what's the deal with the stones being harvested from monsters. So the stones do only come from monsters. You can't mine for stones. They only come from monsters. They don't come from plants. They are buried into the monster's bones. They're part of the monster's bones. So normally if you would like harvest a stone, for example, you would have to like saw off a chunk of the bone to get the stone. The bone zone. The stone bone zone. The bone stone. We gotta get into the zone to get the bone stone. So you don't wanna, I don't know if you'd wanna eat that necessarily. You have to touch the bones. So a lot of the higher level hell divers, like the professional hell divers that are more noblemen, they would not harvest themselves. They would, in fact, they do the killing and then they would tag the monsters and then send in like a cleanup crew to harvest for them. Never touch the bones together. So then someone else would do like the harvesting for them. Magic janitors. Yeah, yeah, they're called the cleaners. I know, it's super creative. Wait, I like that shape. That's neat. Okay, so it's a specialized team of dismantlers harvest a stone. Not a specialized team of dismantlers. They kind of are jack of all trades. They go in, they harvest, they clean up dead bodies, they dispose of dead bodies, they clean up. They roll bones in the garden. I'm trying to think of what else. Ooh, I like that. Okay, now that would be cool. Monster bone die. Man, there's bones in my soup. The stones can get pulled out if you like sat down and broke it out of the bone. And slingers, people that use sync magic, they can use unrefined stones, but it's kind of a crapshoot on if it will work, if it will happen, if it will do what you want it to do, what direction things go in. I'm trying to think of like if you shot a gun at a crazy looking rock and you're not sure what direction the bullet's gonna go in. Kind of. Yeah, I was thinking wild magic, but wild magic's just like a little bit too crazy. But yeah, essentially kind of like less crazy wild magic. Like it's not gonna make you old or young or like break your legs off or anything like that. So are stones implanted into the people's bones or is it grafted on top? That's a fantastic question, Commissar. Thank you. That leads me into my next thing. Wild-ish magic, yeah. So what happens when stones... Reaper Drone, thank you for the biddies! Thank you so much! Happy heart to you too! Untamed magic, yes. When they are installed into someone as a Joktamek, they are implanted into the skin, not into the bone. They need to have contact with the blood supply. So it has to be deep enough into the muscle where it's in contact with the blood supply, but it doesn't have to be in the bone. And that is because the base of the veins, yeah. They're not implanted like you don't like shove it into your vein with like a needle, like they poke out of the skin. No, not arteries, like you can stick it on your arm. It doesn't have to be in your artery. Magic bones to be more magical. Jesus Christ. You guys are throwing really big words out, man. I mean, the moment you're through the skin, you're in contact with blood, do you need a specific amount of blood flow? Yeah, so yes and no. It doesn't need to be like in an artery, for example. The shields, I'm gonna say for example a lot, I'm sorry. I hope it's not annoying. Maybe we should just do just chatting. I feel like I can't draw. They need a blood supply. But it's not like it has to be like connected to an artery or anything like that. Just like any kind of blood will do. So, the Guardians create shields through their arms, through their hands. So then you would want your Guardian stones in the arms, if that makes sense, because that's where most of the magic will be coming from. Magic circles don't have to be round. That being said, one of the ways to incapacitate someone using... I'm actually not going to discourage that. It just checks through might work better for the lore you're dumping. Should we just do... Okay, let's just do... Hold on. Give me a second. Let me fix the stream up a little bit. You know, I was like planning on drawing all day, and then I was like thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I might be babbling too much. Like, I cannot focus on drawing. Oh, sorry, Mike. Done. All right, let's go to our just chatting screen. Oh, I'm short. Hold on. It's so short. Hello. Hello, I am here. I'm very big. I'm very big and zoomed in. Hello. There we go. Oh, that's not much better. What's going on with that? Oh, I see. There we go. That's better. We're zooming. All right. Stop Michael abuse. Get all the way. Hey, draw time. That's a good idea. Made a circle. Okay. Wait, so technically, could you have blood bags with stones attached for a magic bomb? No, you cannot. You cannot have stones attached, because that's the second part. All right, we're going out of order. I'm sorry, Kami. My plan is going out the window. I can't stay in order. We're still kind of talking about stones, so it's okay. No order. I'm sorry, Kami. They're doing it. They're doing it. It's not me. So the basis of the magic system. So where the power comes from. Let me just start from the beginning. Damn it, Kitsu. Whole chat room is out of order. So the whole basis of the magic system is your blood. So there's some people that are really have, I don't want to say like your your RN indicator or whatever, like positive, negative, whatever. But essentially, either you have positive markers for using the drill mech, you have a negative marker, which means you can't use it at all, or you have no marker, which means that you're probably not going to be really good at using it, but you can use sync magic pretty effectively. I mean, yeah, like an affinity, essentially. What is that beep? Oh, I think my headset's dying. I was like, what is that beeping? Oh no, I can't let it die. It turns in the ass if it dies thick. Top priority. Is this my headset charger? Not sync magic, it's with a Y, Otter. I will fucking time you out. Yeah, our phone was charged, but not the headset. I'm trying my best. Hold on a second. The problem with my headset, I love this headset, but if it runs out of battery, it fucking dies. Like, I have to take it apart and read, which sucks. Give me a second. Ah! All right. I've been here since the first few minutes of the stream, but was busy drawing. Well, that makes one of us. Alright. Alright. Hey, back to what we're talking about. Oh, wow, chat's all fucked up. What's up with that? Hello, chat. There you are. There you are, chat. There you are, a little better. Oh, by the way, guys, today is the last day for merch. So if you haven't bought merch and you're planning to, it's going to close down at the end of this stream. So you only have a couple hours left. Just FYI. I'm also giving away a Docky in about a half an hour. So there's that. Go, people, go. Here, I'm just gonna throw this up. I'm just gonna do one shameless plug and we'll get back to what we're talking about. There you go. If you haven't, there it is. I'm crying. I'm so excited about the merch and I'm sad it's going away. Do you have money enough for a document? Not in my bank. Curses. Alright, so back to what we're talking about. So you need to have a positive indicator to use Dromech, which is the installed like stones and stuff, a la Cyberpunk. And then the other thing that indicates if you are like powerful or not is the strength of your soul. So you have to have a soul. And the energy between your soul and your blood is actually what charges the stones and is what makes them do magic. So that's why you can't just attach a bunch of stones to a blood bag. Do I have to have a soul? Yes. Soul's a powerhouse of the stone. Yeah, see? How could you use someone else's? What? How could you use someone else's soul? If you can explain to me how to use someone else's soul, then I'll consider it. I know you're shit posting, but I'm gonna make you explain yourself now. Yeah, so that's why you can't just attach a bunch of stones to a blood bag and then yuck them. There is no blood magic and there is no necromancy. There is no no soul transfer. So this is a hard magic system. There aren't like a whole bunch of like random little like you can do fireball, you can do water bending, blah 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 blah. There's the things I'm describing, that's it. We're done. Like that's it. So full fancy gets sounds fucking amazing. I don't know what gets is. Each punch that basically puts you out of your soul. Yes. Yeah, so that's, so, if the way you would improve as a normal person, how you would, like, train, for example, to be better with your Dromech. Oh, Ghost in the Shell. Okay, that makes sense. I've never seen people call it gits. Because if it gets too much, it's confusing. Yeah, I was trying not to make it rambly, but it's becoming rambly, so I'm sorry for people trying to pay attention. Eventually, I will get this all written down. So, I have watched Ghost in the Shell. I've just never seen it called gits before. Eventually. Yeah, well, like I said, I was gonna type it up today and then the world had other plans. That's to make grits. So anyway, the way that you would improve your skills with Dromech is you would do it through like things that would like improve your awareness of your own soul. So things like repetitive training, very martial artsy, meditation, you know, those sorts of things. So people will train quietly, you know, they'll do lots and lots of training and like body weight exercises and things like that to like be more in tune with their soul, which then makes them more powerful. Yeah, mastery, which makes them more powerful with their Dromech. Somewhere using orphans and Sink Magic trying to make golems or more slaves or something. Is there a limit on the number of implanted stones or the size of them? Not that I have written down. I don't have a limit. I would imagine it would get to the point where they're kind of redundant though, because I do have other rules that I haven't gone over yet. So having more stones doesn't necessarily make you more powerful. Like that dude. The other way to fast track your skills would be to go through intense trauma. You know how people tend to find themselves in critical situations. You know, that sort of mentality. So you have your two options of improving your skills. Yes. So those are the two ways to improve your skills. I don't like how you smiled after saying trauma. PTSD and peace. Yes, two sides of the same coin. So yeah, can replace all my blood with stones. Oh yeah, so I was talking. So a way to incapacitate someone using Dromech would reduce their blood supply. If they don't have a proper blood flow, then they cannot they can't keep fighting with their Dromech, or you can break their spirit. However you choose to do that. So I do like how she smiled after saying trauma. So it's very much tied into blood. Oh my god. Oh wow, the chat went nuts. Hold on. No other type of person dies when they lead. Nope. So not like the strong lady in Maid of Abyss where she can just stick those things in every inch of her skin to get super strong. There's a limit to the output regardless of the numbers of stones you strap in. Yeah, so the stones aren't what make you powerful. It's they're part of it, but they're not the whole puzzle. So like obviously if you have like, for example, with the strikers, the red stone is stronger than the yellow stone. So obviously if you have a red stone, you're gonna probably be stronger than someone with a yellow stone. However, if the Yellowstone person is more trained and more in tune with themselves, there is a chance that they could match the person with the red stone if the person with the red stone has done like no training and fluffs off all the time. Red stones are also great in Minecraft, yeah. But yeah, just stuffing them. Each stone has a purpose. So if, like, for example, if you're like a guardian and you got like 3 stones in your arm, guardians can only produce 2 shields at a time because they have 2 hands. So even if you have 6 stones stuffed into your arms, you only have 2 hands. So you can only produce 2 shields. So adding more stones would make you stronger, but it's like a fraction kind of redundancy type thing. You know what I mean? Can I infuse other people's blood to be an anime protagonist and use all the classes? No. Yeah, diminishing returns. I'm so glad you guys understand the words I'm trying to say but can't remember. More utility, but not more powerful. Not really. Not more utility. Well, yeah, no. You're right. I take that back. Because, and I haven't fully gone through this whole part of the system, so I'm sorry I can't answer all the questions. But for example, red stones are striker stones, and implanted in the arm allows a striker to produce a melee weapon that would be similar to their soul. Kind of like Guilty Crown. So if you have 2 red stones in your arm, that's not gonna like make you a stronger sword. But if you have red stones in like your ankles or your legs, then you can run faster because of the way the power transfer works, if that makes sense. Everlasting Guilty Crown was an amazing theme song, not gonna lie. Yes, it was. So weapon would be a hot dog. There's definitely can be min-maxers, but it comes at a high price, literally and figuratively. Yeah, because like, so you gotta think like, right, these nobility are getting these things implanted. So like you have to physically get stuff implanted, right? And these stones, specifically the higher level stones, are hard to come by. So they're going to be extremely expensive. On top of the fact that you're like having surgeries over and over and over again. So you can get better vision, better fighting stance. I haven't gone through the list of all those yet, so I can't answer that question yet. You know? Gotta chrome up. But it is not like Cyberpunk where you can go cyber psycho. It's not like that. There'd be a gladiator fight. It's like stone versus stone, kind of a team thing. I do have a small plot in the story for like a tournament type thing. In the kingdom that the story takes place in, there's not something that's necessarily gladiator fights, but they do like little like tournaments to kind of show off for like for the nobility to like posture, you know. Because Dromech's extremely expensive, so it wouldn't make sense to install it into like slaves, for example. It's not like giving someone like a shitty sword, like they're gonna like, and then once you die with your Dromech, like you can't implant that Dromech into someone else, I don't think. I haven't figured that part out either. I'd imagine, because like all that magic metal is going to be smashed and stuff, so it's not like you couldn't reuse everything, if that makes sense. Hello, Ivan, welcome back. One of my questions was going to be if people could overload on stones, like if they're implanted too many, too strong before they're ready, there was backlash. If you, okay, so you don't go like cyber psycho or anything like that, but if like you have a surgery and you're like, I want to have like 3 stones put in my legs and like 4 in my head or whatever, your body is still a system and the system still has to work properly. So I mentioned it kind of a little bit last stream. But for example, if you get the implants in your legs that make you run fast, well, you're running faster, so your heart's pumping harder. So if you don't get something to stabilize your heart would explode. So it's kind of like that. I've been attacked by a chicken. I'm scummy listening. We're simply built different. I don't even know what this is, so I'm just comfy listening. Well, welcome. I created, we're world building together. I have a plot for a story that I've been working on for about a year, so I'm kind of talking with everyone about it, and the community's kind of helped fleshing some things out, so. These are a really important question. Are there energy drinks in this world? That's not a really important question. Bleach? Stay on topic. Refuse to elaborate. That's, yeah. Let me check my notes to see if there's anything else I can throw in there. Robo was asking if they had beer earlier. I said yes. But it'd be like the poor people would have, like, bathtub hooch kind of level. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to mention with the stones and harvesting them from monsters. It's not necessarily the stronger the monster, the stronger the stone, it's the older the monster. So if you killed a monster that was very weak but also very old, you could still potentially get very strong stones off of it. Alcohol made from fermented coil mushrooms. Yes. There you go. Let's think heroes and villain stories pushing their bodies to absolute limits, and the sort of thing would be really cool. Extra bit of high stakes added to that. Yeah. Magic rocks, live underground. V, you just made the Skaven. No, there's no giant rats. No. Yeah, kill the boomer monsters. Has the strongest stone despite being a crappy bug. Yeah, because like if no one kills it, right, they just leave it because it's just a crappy bug and it just lives forever. Pretty much the older the monster, the stronger the stone is. And someone say Skaven. I don't... Are you asking me about drugs, Bleach? I haven't thought about, like, for... Oh, I see. I see what you're asking. I haven't thought about that yet. That's a good question though, so I'm gonna write that down. Bleach, you had a good question, my dude. It's a good question. Because I imagine there have to be... So here's the thing that kills me, and I haven't really ran into it a whole lot in the actual game, because I don't have a lot of hours in the game. But in Edge Runners, it drove me nuts when, like, they're like, oh, he's going cyber psycho. Quick, give him immunosuppressants. Like, that's not how that fucking works. That's, like, the worst bit of bad science ever. And it drove me nuts every time they said it, especially at the end of Edge Runners. I'm like, fucking stop. Just drop this whole thing. Everything is fine. Drop the whole immunosuppressants bullshit. All right, hold on. Let me write down Bleach's question. I mean, I'm here to shitpost, but as I said before, legit interested, invested in. Hey, that makes me happy. I know exactly what you mean. Hello, Golden Darkness. Hello, hello. Guess I never watched a silly anime. The anime is so good. It's like, it's such a good anime. That's the only gripe I have with it, is the immunosuppressant thing. That's literally the only gripe. That's the only one I have. Kill monsters for glitter stones. So you have to take immunosuppressants for implanted prosthetics in real life, such as pacemaker, but if you don't take them, you don't go crazy, you just die. Yeah, right? Well, and that's the other thing, is they're like, oh, he's going crazy. Let's pump him full of immunosuppressants that instantly makes him better for 5 minutes. Like, that's not... That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Must have missed the bit. Immunosuppressants, really? Yeah. Like a whole... Like, especially at the end when he's putting on that big suit. It's built differently. Yeah, cyberpsychosis doesn't make sense. This or because a human body rejects hardware, there's no reason for them to be so magically antipsychotic, yeah. Where are the pills for when it's morbid time? Supposed to be also mixed with antipsychotics, but they really don't go too deep into it. Okay, wait. I feel like someone asked a question. I feel like I missed it. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Question, is there healing magic? So, yes and no. I've been assaulted with a chicken once again. There was a group of people that could use healing magic. It was very specific magic. And they no longer exist. Within the past 20 years of the story. No, I should say within the past, like, 10 to 12 years of the story. They were specifically hunted and wiped out. So. Oh, the heck! So, at some point, healing magic did exist. Yeah, they are kind of set up.
Hey, I'm paying attention again.
Hey, thank you, Coda, for the prime! Thank you, thank you. You want me to fix the chickens? Are they upsetting you guys? You guys can see behind the scenes. There you go. That's better, huh? Oop, you guys saw my tits. Alert scared me. Dang, all afforded healthcare is being destroyed. Was the alert super loud? I can turn it down. Oh yeah, it's pretty cranked up. Giveaway starts brutal. I would say if they were to implement healing magic, it'd be more like someone that bolsters your natural body's regeneration and not to a ludicrous degree. So I guess I can talk a little bit. That's the appeal of the ping. Why were they hunted down? That's a plot thing, so I can't tell you that. Okay, I'll turn the ping back up. Everyone, if you get scared, it's because of Kami. It was like your relatively standard healing magic, but it was, how do I say it? It was innate, so they could do it without the stones involved. They didn't need Dromech to heal. They could wear themselves out though, so you couldn't just like heal indefinitely, but it did like, it was like cell regeneration? That makes sense? Like they created new cells in the body? to close wounds. But they could, yeah, they could wear themselves out. You couldn't, like, heal forever. Or, like, if someone had, like, their guts blown out, like, they couldn't... I guess maybe someone who's super duper skilled could regrow an entire organ, but you'd have to do that before someone bled out. You know what I mean? Like, oh no! His stomach's gone. Hold on a second while I just regrow that for you real quick. They can control their magic. It takes a minute, you know? That'd be a really nutty max level kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, so even someone who is really, really, really good at healing magic would probably still struggle in that situation. Like, you wouldn't be able to regrow an arm. I think. Maybe. Nah. You wouldn't be able to regrow an arm. Oh, my insides are outsides. Let me fix that. But they are also still affected by the whole blood situation thing. So if they have lost a significant amount of blood, then they have lost a significant amount of power. Kami's like, my arms, please, I beg. Please give them back. It was way more complex than an organ. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oops, so even self-healing is very limited. Yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, if you're, like, hyper injured, you're not necessarily going to be able to heal yourself. Covered that. I think we can talk a little bit about... We can talk a little bit about synchronization magic, since every time I say sync magic, you guys think kitchen sink. It'll be fine. How about reattaching? I would think that would still not work, because the hand, like, if you blew off an arm, that means it's without a blood supply for a certain amount of time. So I don't know what the window is on an uniced appendage to reattach it properly, but I know it's very small. So, like, if someone blew off your arm, you had to go hunt it down and then try to reattach it. That makes sense. Is there fire magic? There is no fire magic. No. Hello, predicaments. Hello, hello. I mean, slingshotting limbs back into place has been a thing for a while. Maybe some new socks will heal the wound. On ice, not too long, but maybe an hour or so. On ice, you can reattach a couple hours easy. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I guess it would also depend on the damage. Also, if you lose an arm, like, you're gonna be bleeding, so, like, that's gonna also make it harder. Oh, hello, kitty. Hello, give a kitty pat for me, please. Hello, kitty. Psst, 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 psst. Little kitty, kitty. Hello, kitty. Is currently digging his claws into my arm. Not with Flex Seal. Nah. Fuck. Oh, ramen. Inky kitty. I'm waiting for, like, Smole to pop in all of a sudden. Best magic zone, Flex Seal. So how synchronization magic works. I know you guys are gonna make this weird.
Ramen, attack.
He's not even in here. I wish he would, like, lay on the bed and, like, snuggle, but he doesn't. He just screams and runs. Okay, so how synchronization magic works. So sync magic is essentially, like, I don't want to say cheap knockoff of, like, Striker and Guardian magic. Screaming. It's true. What time is it, by the way? Okay, we got 10 minutes till Daki time. Mother, stop talking to the world's computer. Pay attention to me. Ramen. Yeah, so it's not like a knockoff, but it is a lesser thing. During Industrial Revolution, you're probably losing the arm, but you would have a rock-based antiviral. It's hard to explain because, like, I explained Industrial Revolution because that's essentially what the setting would look like, but it's not like a capitalistic wonderland, if that makes sense. It's not like an actual Industrial Revolution. It's just kind of been stuck in that level of, like, work conditions, if that makes sense. Welcome back, Bio. No one would grow a rock arm. Maybe if Bleach ate enough rocks, he could grow a rock arm. Ooh, Taco Bell. I like their power. Do they call them power bowls? They're bowls of stuff. It's hard. I keep getting distracted by the music because I like it. Power balls. Couple balls you can strap a rock to an arm. They have those? Yeah, they're good. I'm Taco Bell. Okay, sorry, I keep getting distracted. So, synchronization magic. Basically what happens when a striker and a guardian work well together to the point where their souls kind of sync up, and it doesn't have to be a romantic sexual thing. It can just be just people that souls work well together. Yeah, there it is. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. You know, it can be like a brother and a sister, or if one of them is you know, a male guardian, it can be a you know, two best buddies sitting in a hot tub. Ooh, stop it. God damn it, you guys. Stop! It's not a sex thing, I swear to God. Oh shit. That wasn't me! Guys! Arcus is giving away a coffee mug! He's giving away a coffee mug! Yeah, I mean, I did also expect this. I mean, that's why I said you guys are gonna
I'm mugging chat.
Fuck! That's such a good pun! We're being mugged by Arcus. I know! International shipping's so dumb. But I understand if he's like, okay, I got that out of my system. I can focus now. Yeah, so it's just when people like souls sync up. So they work really well together. So they actually like increase each other's powers, if that makes sense. It has to be all caps, bro. Cupid, you gotta use all caps, bro. Hurry, Cupid. Yeah, Bond. Like, so like Pacific Rim. I haven't seen Pacific Rim, so I don't know. Oh, Tater got it. Good job, Tater. I haven't seen Pacific Rim. Oh, you guys are like this? And I'm like, I've never seen that. I don't know. And knows each other's weaknesses. Yeah. Atlantic Rim. Guess I'll just win the Dakimaki. Cupid, remember, it's case sensitive. It has to capital letters. Fair enough. You can watch all the Pacific Rim on TikTok. That's insane. Pacific Rim War. Why have my clip button no worky? I don't know. Last time we watched a movie with the warlords, it turned into porn. I don't know if I want to do that again. All right, where was I? Before we got distracted. What the fuck, really? I know, it was awful. No, it wasn't actual porn, it was just... Hey, V, if I accidentally break my mug, will you mug me again? Maybe. Did you break your mug? No prawn. No actual prawn. Yeah, we watched The Room. I forgot how many scenes were in there. No, I didn't watch it with my... I didn't watch The Room with my mom. Oh no, that was the Ghost Hunter thingy. Oh, did you break your mug? How did you break your mug? You're gonna have to order a new mug. He got mugged. Oh yeah, The Room is hilarious. Sex scenes are so bad though. He's like humping her stomach. Yeah. Anyway, back. Stop distracting me. If you break your mug, V is legally allowed to take your arms. Another one. So, okay. I can hear Robo screaming already. I can hear it. Gamma, refresh the page. Nothing to do with the distractions this time. Okay. So synchronization magic. So if there's two people, one striker and one guardian, because those are like the two OGs, the two originals, and they work well together, they can synchronize, which they kind of like bolster each other, and they're both stronger, right? I still have to do it from the VOD. They'll both bolster each other. So how synchronization magic goes in the case of the slinger is he uses those stones, and because they are both charged from the same source, they can synchronize easier. But again, it's not as strong of a synchronization, but then he can use that to increase their power, and they can create things like small shields, they can create things like small weapons, and they can fling weapons, they can sling weapons, they can sling shields, which is why they're called slingers. So that's why there's really no need for guns, because you already have someone that can do projectile weapons, if that makes sense. How do you charge the stones for a slinger if it's not attached to a blood supply and a soul? Right? That's the next question I can hear you all asking already, right? I should have a slideshow. That's what I should have done. It's a hash slinging sinker. They have to charge their stones in the actual coil. So there's services out there. No, I simply assumed it was a plot hole. Wow, rude. The DoD loves slideshows. Oh, I know. So there's services out there where you can pay them and they will take your stones. Golden Darkness, thank you for the prime sub. Thank you. Don't look up charging crystals. So many Meiji boys cannot stay away from the mines. Right, they can't. They have to go in. So you can pay this service and they can take your stones and they bury them in the dirt in like a safe area of the coils, and they'll allow them to charge. Stronger stones need longer charging, but like a battery, they'll hold more charge. Weaker stones will charge faster, but again, like a battery, they will expend a charge faster. But if you have like a big attack, you know, like a big spur, like kind of big nuke kind of attack, obviously that's going to use up more energy and that's going to blow the load faster. Anyway, did you like literally just break the mug? You're saying there's a risk of having your stones jacked during charging. Yes, absolutely. What are Joe crystals? For now. Just in case. Ah. Alright. Is that really just a setup for a Joe Mama joke? Really? Paint mug doing fine for me, brutal. Yeah, so you can bring your own stones yourself and bury them. Bury them yourself and charge them and hope they're there when you get back. Jack off stones. I literally don't understand. Gamma, I think your browser's dying. I'm gonna just ignore chat because I don't know what you guys are saying. I don't understand. And Gamma's having a meltdown. Yeah, so you can either bury your stones yourself because they have to be like in a certain amount of like dirt. And then hope that they're there when you get back, if you get back. Or you can pay someone, like if you're like a rich nobleman and can't be bothered, pay someone to securely take your stones and charge them for you. So that is how the slingers use their magic stones without having a blood supply or a soul attached to them. And that is how most of the things like the tech type things work in in the world is that their stones have to be recharged. So for example, the example I gave last time was the elevators. People, there's a group that maintenance the elevators, and they have to change the stones every now and then so that, you know, the stone that was in there can go get charged. And then, you know, they put in a new one that was already charged. And then, so there's things that you have to replace your stones. So if you know, your toaster runs out of juice, you then have to go pay someone, and you're not a helldiver, you then have to go pay someone to go charge your stones for you so that you can use your toaster again. Toaster juice. Your toaster needs more juice. Can two people charge their stones together? I mean, so like if you're like legitimately just charging like the sync magic stones, like yeah, you can just put them in a pile. I don't know why you would do that because it's hard to tell whose stones are whose. But I guess you could do that. So that's kind of like the thing with, like, in the story, the upper class, which are in the Lucian district, and the lower class, which are in the Strigan Lucian quarters and Strigan district, sorry. The people in the Lucian quarters? Yeah, quarters. They rely on all this Dromec stuff. You know, they got their like little TVs and their radios and their toasters and their you know, you can use you can get Dromec installed that works almost like an ID card to open up doors, kind of like, so you would put it up to a scanner and it would let you in. Jesus! Jesus! We have another announcement! Anonymous is gifting a tumbler to chat. Please enter. Type in enter. Was that a magic stone? It was a goddamn Loch Ness monster. So if for some reason their ability to get to the coils disappeared, or you know, if they couldn't charge their stones, that would really cripple how they function as a society. Where down below, they are poor. They are poor, you know, so they don't have access to all these stones and Dromec and stuff, so they, you know, they work, you know, they use doorknobs type situation. So how do magic stones work? You are gonna have to scroll back through the VOD because I spent about 45 minutes talking about that. Lower the hill, the lower the class, essentially. Bleach won a tumbler! Congratulations, Bleach! Congratulations! Which, I will now start the Docky giveaway since we are at Docky time. So we'll take a pause on the lore, and I'm gonna go, we're gonna do the Docky giveaway, guys. Are you ready? Are you excited? Bring up the thing to do that with. Oh, my throat's dry. You guys excited? I'm too anxious now. Oh no! Get ready, guys. I hope it doesn't do it like last time where it took like 45 minutes to go through.
HOI. Am lurk at work.
Hi, Tony. Just in time for the Docky giveaway. Lurk for like 2 seconds longer. Hey, Tony. Alright, so this payment is being processed. Remember, guys, the Docky is US only, so unfortunately it can't, you can't win the giveaway if you're not part of the US, because of laws. There it is! There it is! There's the Docky, guys! Here's the Docky giveaway! It's up! It's up! It's up! Hurry, click enter! Do it! It's up! The Docky's up! It's up! It's up! Go, 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 go! I want to know who wins. I want to know who wins. And Vigo's full gremlin. Let's go! I don't know. I don't want to pick favorites, but I'm gonna... I don't want to pick favorites on who wins the Docky. Oh god, I got excited. God damn it, Nightbot. Pick me. I hope Nightbot wins. Pick Kister. It's Keister. I'm gonna start calling her Keister. Has it been a minute? Good luck, y'all. Good luck, you guys. Arcus! Arcus won the Docky. Congratulations, Arcus. Congratulations, Arcus. You won the Docky. He's like, yes, I can finally. He's like, I can finally be a D-Gen and I didn't have to pay for it. Finally. Need to go. I have to buy a body pillow. Yeah. And you can keep it propped up in your chair to keep your chair warm. I'm sorry, Kastu. Finally saved from degeneracy. It's the world, man. It's the world. The world's trying to keep you pure, Cupid. Congratulations. Buy the body pillow and explain it to the cleaning lady. Do it. Do it. No balls. No balls. All right. Oh, at least I got my mouse back. Why are the bros? Well, now I don't have to pick between waifus for my pillow. Wow! Brutal. All right. So back to what were we talking about? I think we can get to the part where I ask you guys if you have any other questions, because I think I covered everything. Oh, no, we didn't. We didn't. I got the shipping date is after I move apartments. I'm going to have to make a risky move of sending it to my parents' place. Let's go. What is this music? What is this? I don't know. It's not in English. I don't know the name of this song. It's Wiggles. I been assaulted with a chicken. Okay. I forgot. Is Gato even here? The most viciousness. Oh, no. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I missed. Okay, so we'll talk about Magic Metal a little bit, and then we gotta go back. We gotta cycle back to shields because Kami asked a bunch of questions about shields. So we'll go back to that. Absolutely shaking. Are you okay, Caboose? Oh, is Kitsu shaking? Sometimes I picture Kitsu like a chihuahua. Like, she'll bark a lot, but if you like jump at her, she'll start shaking. Shields are a dumb stat. Shields are not a dumb stat. Why? Why what? I like how it comes like, oh, in Dune. Alright, let's talk about Magic Metal a little. Yes, it's called Magic Metal. I don't have names for like, I don't know if I'm just gonna leave it as Magic Metal. Simply do not get hit. I don't know if I'm just gonna keep calling it Magic Metal or if I'm gonna have like different types of Magic Metal. I might just keep it as Magic Metal for simplicity instead of like having different types. Because I don't know if that's really gonna become a thing in the plot so much beyond just like the actual Magic Metal. The names aren't important yet. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna distinguish different types of Magic Metal, but essentially it's just metal that is magic. It comes from the coils. So Gato asks, can you make weapons or magic with the Magic Metal? And technically, yes, you can. It doesn't give you a specific advantage in the coils because a lot of, and you guys have been writing these monsters very well. Oxygen-free copper. You guys have been doing a great job making monsters, but a lot of you guys, which was what I intended to do, which is great, is that like the monsters have kind of evolved to consume Magic Metal and its nutrients. So if you had like a bracer that was made out of Magic Metal and you're fighting something that's specifically designed to break down Magic Metal, to consume its nutrients, it wouldn't be super duper effective, right? Do monster parts have magic in them? Not the like actual parts. I'm not sure how long you've been lurking, Tony, but their bones have stones in them, which are magic. Yeah, so like in the coils, the magic metal wouldn't be like super more effective than like normal metal for armor, if that makes sense. Hey, that's why I was kind of going with the rock bugs. They would eat minerals and stuff, which could include gear. Exactly. How many magic stones does one monster have? That depends on the monster and how old it is. Bone stones. Stones with the bones in their head. Oh my god, that dog with the butter on its head. That gets stuck in my head so much. I hate going down the dairy aisle at the grocery store because I start singing it every single time. It can, however, be used... Let's go! But magic metal isn't, like, necessarily, like, softer or harder than normal metal. Like, earthly metal. I like this song, too. I saw the one where it was the same audio overlaying itself, and that was stuck in my head. That's how, oof. The butter dog. Butter dog got butter on its head. What was I doing? Oh yeah, it's not as hard. It's not any harder or any softer than like normal metal will be. Like obviously, like aluminum is softer than titanium, but you know, it's like it's along those kind of lines. It's nothing like special. It's not like the hardest metal known to mankind or anything like that. The advantage of using pieces of armor, though, is that if you have a hard time, like, syncing with someone, like, if you have someone on your team and, like, for whatever reason you guys just can't vibe, we are talking metals. Oh, yeah, I was like, let's go! If you guys are struggling to vibe, using, using magic metal armor that has stones implanted into it, to a point can assist with that and make it easier, but it's not like it's not gonna fix your issues. You still gotta figure out how to vibe, if that makes sense. It's mostly used as like a conduit, like I said earlier, so like wires and things like that to transfer stones energy around. So the cables, when I was drawing the towers, the cables. Ozzy! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the meat hall. The stones you guys saw, the cables you guys saw when I was drawing the coil. I feel like I'm word vomiting. I'm sorry. The cables that came from the coils in the last stream, those cables would have to be magic metal because it's pulling energy from the coil to then send to, you know, houses and things like that. For the domesticated monster situation, that's a good question. I haven't figured that out because my thoughts originally had been that you can't take monsters out of the coil. And I hadn't really figured out a reason for that. I didn't want it to be like they would melt the second they left. But the only entrance, yeah, so then, but the problem is the weasel existed now, and I want the weasel. That the weasel has thrown a wrench in that. But the problem is that you have to, the exit and entrance for the coil is at the top, which is in the Lucient quarters, which is the rich people. So you would have to then take a monster out of the coil through a checkpoint full of helldivers waiting to go in or leave. Through some guards and some bureaucratic red tape people, and then get it back to your house. So, like, it's just not something you would probably, you know, like, it would have to go through fantasy TSA, essentially. And we all know how good Kami is at his job. This is my emotional support demon. I made some jokes about how rock bugs made bad pets because they would eat their containers. Well, yeah, and like nothing says someone can't like smuggle them out, because I will say that there are people that enter and leave the coils illegally. So, nothing says you can't smuggle out a pet or two. You just wouldn't see like a dog running around. Also, like, most of the monsters are predators, so to take them out would be not the greatest idea. I'm actively providing a reason this one's work I'm working on is specifically banned from the surface. Gotta bring the monster pets back to recharge your feet in magic metal. Yeah, something like that. Hate customs officers. So does Robo. Monsters just completely feral, or do they have enough recognition who's raising them? I think it would depend on the monster. I've been rating the monsters like they're animals, so but they're undomesticated animals. So I guess they would be feral. It would be like trying to grab like a wild raccoon and then being like, this is, you're a pet now. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't necessarily be like the smoothest transition. You know, like it would rip your house apart. You're allowing criminals in your world, V. I know. That's like a whole nother stream. I can't believe you don't want to have people adopting Deborahs. I know. I mean, you've seen the guy with the grizzlies and the raccoons. It's possible to domesticate fox in 40 generations. That's still a really long time. I'll just give him Fruit Loops. Pet raccoon is very happy until he's bitten me 8 times this week. So if you really wanted to, it's not recommended to get a monster pet, but yeah. I just think it would probably be killed before you could get it out, you know? You gotta get it past a bunch of trained monster killers. Like, you're definitely not gonna be like bringing it in and out of the coil all the time as like, this is my emotional assistance dog. Literally just because the front desk guy liked him. Feed raccoons hot dogs enough days in a row and they'll come around and will not want to hurt you. Until you stop running out of until you stop giving them hot dogs. I swear the background music seemed too familiar. Yes. It was Otto. Lord of the Raccoons. I think I saw something. I think I saw another question. How about monsters near outposts getting friendly? There's not like outposts per se. It's not like, so when you go into the coil, it's not something that you're like spending a long time there. Like, nobody lives in the coil. You're probably like in and out within a few hours. So there would be like the entrance where, you know, it's regulated on who can go in and out. And then there's, you know, ports where like energy would come out of, but there's not like there's no one setting up a base in the coil and living there for an extended period of time. Which the coil is massive. You could potentially do that size-wise, but it's a very toxic environment, and the equipment and cost of something like that would be insane, and the risk of keeping people in there for a long-term expedition would be insane. With my random info. So. Okay, so I think that's, does anyone have any more questions about the metal though before we move on? This is such a lore dump. Become one with the magic stones. I mean, this is more of a story question than anything. Has anyone tried that and failed? You literally can't. Like if someone's gone for more than 12 hours, people just assume you're dead. So, like, no one would have... Maybe in the past, someone could have tried to put out an outpost, but that would have been, like, one of the first things people found out they couldn't do. It's okay if my critter actively seeks to eat said metal? Yeah, go for it. That would make sense. I'm paying taxes, I'm moving to the coil. So the metal itself is toxic, right? Yeah. Yes, it is. Until it's refined, it's it's extremely toxic. You wouldn't want to pick it up with bare hands. The metal in the coil is what causes the issues with the air quality. along with some fungi. Is it 100% they would die if in for too long, or more of it is so difficult and functionally impossible? So like, for example, gas masks have a rating. Gas masks don't work for forever. So, I mean, I guess, like, and you would have to take your gas mask off to replace filters, right? So I would say if you stayed in for too long, you would die eventually. Like, you just couldn't be equipped. So I guess yeah, you would just eventually die. Is it toxic just to the touch? Touching it with bare skin would cause a very aggressive rash. And then if it entered your bloodstream, it would quickly cause nerve damage and blindness. And then it is very irritating to the mucous membrane. So your mouth, your nose, your eyes. So I have a built-in detox device called a liver. Would that keep me safe? It would not keep you safe. No. No free balling in the coil. Got it. Yeah. So like if you were like, fuck it, we ball, and like walked into the coil with nothing, you would die within a couple minutes. Damn, it gives you the cooties. It do be giving you cooties. Have you obtained more livers? I don't want to ask how you got so many livers. This is like someone asking if you could use someone else's soul. Smile. It's the trauma. I'm just trying to traumatize them so they're stronger. Fuck it, we ball with free balling. How many livers do I need? You need at least 12 livers. He is rejuvenate on the liverwurst. No! Autocorrect wants you to finally settle down with a nice girl. Or boy, we don't judge here. It's Jude. A liver. Freebird begins playing, I run into the coil with absolutely nothing. He's like, let's fucking go! I did not know it was illegal to die in the living room. Does anyone have any more questions about magic metal before we move on? We'll go back and do like a ask any question little thingy, but just for now. I get both a girl and a boy. That also works. Good on you for snagging too. Right, now, is your armor made of magic? Is my armor? Or just in general? Just keep the thread open for later. Yeah. Since I already did the stream, I can start actually answering questions in the thread too, so. You mean like the Helldiver's armor, Beaver? Also, like 99% of this magic system really has a focus on Helldivers. Miners probably would not have this kind of tech. In general, V's armor. No, my armor is not made of magic metal. The country in open conflict, and are these magisteel weapons commonly used for war, or are they too expensive to practically no, they are not open in they are not in open conflict. I said earlier that they have a lot of allies through trade. So no, they are not in open conflict. They have a defensive army. They do not have a standing army. Right? They have a defensive army. They don't have an offensive army. So if they got attacked, they would have a army for defense, but they would not have an invading force. Clay dies before Freebird is half over. Just to rocks with them, yes. In this country, the knights, they have knights. They do have dromech weapons, which they are kind of considered like, I don't want to say like an elite force because it's a relatively large force, but it's, you know, it's like a general knight unit. And then there would be like, and then they would probably rally troops and have like more of like a peasant unit where they would use like standard like sword, shield, spear type situations. So those are professional soldiers. Yes. Yeah. 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 Clay knows what's up. I've been calling them knights. So. You know, and they have like versus like conscripts. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So. Monster tools using intelligence like otters, crows, or monk. I haven't delved into like a full expansive bestiary yet. I don't see why not. Probably not monkey level, but like otters and crows, I could see that. I don't have any monsters myself that would do that, but that doesn't mean they're not in there, if you know what I mean. You guys have to watch out for the Kung Fu bear though. That is in there. The bear with the stick doing the Kung Fu. You gotta watch. He's in there. You gotta watch out for the Kung Fu bear. TTRPG book when, oh my god. No, mechanics, balancing, no thank you. Hello, hello, Hawk. Kung Fu doesn't use sticks. Fuck you. I'm pretty sure Kung Fu's use staff. Kung Fu's. Pretty sure there's staff work. Are there staff moves in Kung Fu? Dafa, the fundamental staff spinning technique. This particular spin is found not only a number of staff forms across various Kung Fu styles, but also performed with many different long weapons. Eat it, Cupid. I want to explore the coil V. Why do you deny this? I don't know how to make a TTRPG. The dragon, yes, Poe. Poe is the Kung Fu bear you have to watch out for. Alright. It's your imagination. It's not that simple! It's not that simple. Okay, I will start to explain the shields next. There's an ad, so I'm gonna let the ad go through, and then when it's done, I'll start talking about the shields. So, you guys got your merch, right? Because at the end of the stream, the merch shop is closed. It's all done. Gone forever. Forever. Adios, gone forever. Never coming back. The ad is starting soon, and then we'll talk about the shields. You can develop a world enough, I could help you set up systems and stat rolls and stuff. I don't want to do that, if that makes sense. Like, it's not that I don't think it would be cool, but setting up mechanics and nitpicking every little thing about it would literally kill the whole world for me, and I wouldn't want to do it anymore. Like, it would literally murder my joy of the world, is trying to balance and make rules and stuff about it. The few times I DM'd, I know the basic rules and everything, but it was always the rule of cool was my thing. So. Oh wow, it's a 2-minute ad. Dang. Is a bestiary meticulously cataloged and accurate or full of mystery, speculation, and superstition? Right now, a majority of the bestiary is full of mystery, speculation, and superstition. Now that the losers who have to watch ads are gone, shall we talk about it? Yeah, yeah, I don't know, it's just I never really got into, like, rule stuff with any kind of RPGs. Like, that's just, I don't really like big, extensive rule sets, which is why I would never like playing, TTRPGs with guns, because the rules for gun stuff is so insane. And they're so complicated, and I don't want I don't have to worry about a bunch of rules. I want to role play. Like, that's the thing I want to do. I don't care about all the rules and the combat and stuff. So, I don't know. To sit down and have to make that would just ruin it for me. Because I don't like playing it, so I don't think I would like making it. If that makes sense. It would be cool. It would be cool to be a thing. I can't do it. I can't be the one to do it. Can we just listen to this song? Oh no, this is fun. Never mind. We listen to a different song. Just make a system that's more narrative driven like Fate. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that. Like Fate Stay Night. Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what he's talking about. Kami's like, please talk about shields. Please talk about shields. The ad's got 4 seconds, Kami. You can hold on a little bit. It's okay. Stupid. Okay, the ad is done. Welcome back, ad watchers. We can talk about shields now. Roll SD6. Fail, mixes test. Oh yeah, no, I have heard of that. I lied. I have heard of that. The bonuses narratively. That's not too bad. And the skill system classes and GURPS can be used as a system. GURPS. So, shields. Shields can be broken. Depending on the stone used and the strength of the person using them depends on, or dictates how much force is needed to break shields. So that's dependent on skills and what have you. The stronger the soul, the stronger the, air quotes, metal the shields and weapons are made out of, if that makes sense. Just design the world and let these nerds make the TTR. I know, they're like, it sounds like they're asking for permission almost. What's a sundown? What's a sundowner fight? So they can be broken through force. The Guardians can only make 2 shields. I kind of explained that a little bit earlier, 1 for each hand. And they can push shields away from their bodies. So they can create a shield and push it away, but they cannot pull it closer, and they cannot move the shield side to side. They can only simply push out with it. Push away. Blue shields break the most. They're made out of, that's the weakest stone. No grips, so fucking crunchy. The 3rd best TTR is just for any job. And ironically, I wouldn't mind figuring out the rules and stats and all that. I actually made my own little module system myself a while back. I mean, if you guys want to dirt it up, you're gonna have to wait a while for the world to be done, but yeah. Let me see what else Kami asked. Though. Oh yeah, so shields are like, so the shields are made out of magic circles. They're not like a full bubble. They're just like a thing in front of you, like an actual shield. Skilled guardians can have it like attached to their arm where their dromech is attached. So they can use it like a buckler or like a shield and then like do things like shield smashes, but not everybody can do that. That's something that takes practice. So that's cool. You can have a smashy shield mommy. Still permeable. Yes, does keep the air inside. Oh yeah, okay. Anyone have any questions? I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot about shields. Oh, can you bounce 2 off of each other? You can bounce 2 off of each other, so you could have like a shield pushing war, and then whichever one breaks first obviously would be the one that could could handle less force. Arcus is crying. Will you write down most of this information? So I was gonna wait to talk about this a bit. Wait, so projection is easier than attaching to your arm like a striker does with their weapons. Yes. Can you dual wield shields? Technically, yes. Can you have multiple shields at once from... Yes, a guardian can create up to 2. No, 1 for each hand. Runs into my mind like water through sieve. That's why I want it written down. Okay. I'll talk. I was going to wait a bit to talk about this since this is so new, and I kind of wanted to have this kind of like more developed before I started talking about this kind of stuff. But I am working on a world anvil for this that will have, it's essentially like a wiki page or wiki site. And And eventually, once it's more filled out, I do want to have it be... Now, hold on, don't get too excited. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is so... So, making a comic is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and it takes up a lot of time. So, the plan for the World Anvil and stuff would be a reward for support on Patreon. I said, hold on a second, you guys get really excited. So let me just explain a little bit. Everything I get from Twitch and from my coffee and everything like that, all of it goes back to the stream. The only time I've ever pulled money out for myself was when I had like an emergency situation, like when my when my water heater exploded on me. So all of that money goes back to the stream. It pays for new model upgrades, like the MRE stuff, new equipment, new overlays. You know, if we want to do some crazy stream, it pays for games. So that is what my coffee and my Twitch pay for. I don't touch that money. I don't go and buy coffee with that money. I don't go and like spend it on nails and, you know, do in clothing and stuff. I don't do crazy shit with that money. That all goes back to the stream. The Patreon, and none of this is set in stone. That's why I wanted to wait to talk about it, but you guys keep asking. So I just figured this would be the best time to answer it. The Patreon would go to things like saving up for bills and paying, you know, rent and things like that, with the hopes that eventually I could then quit my full-time job and do the comic full-time, if that makes sense. So I don't want people to think it's like double dipping, because that's not what I want it to be. That's not the thought process, but I want to still be able to support the stream in a positive way without having to like dip into it. But then I also still would like to be able to support myself and put time into comics, if that makes sense. Now, that being said, coffee's things would change. Coffee's tiers would change a bit. Right now, the thought is the wallpaper would go away, the sticker would stay, the ACR tier would lower from $25 to $15. But you would still receive everything but like the wallpaper. So it would get a little cheaper, I think. Yeah, I do plan on lowering it, but that would be ish what you get. I'm going off the top of my head, so don't quote me. I get the idea. I think it might be easier or better to consolidate into either coffee or Patreon, though. Whatever works best for you is what works best, though. I don't want to combine these two things because I don't want them pulling from each other, if that makes sense. Could you build up starting content and maybe try a Kickstarter? I mean, I thought about that. I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. The stuff's still kind of like in the wind. It wouldn't be something that wouldn't be down the line for like, you know, months and months and months, you know. If you draw the comic during art streams, are they not already crossing over? I wouldn't draw the comic during art streams. I wouldn't be doing the comic on stream, the comic itself. That would be off stream. Now drawing the little bestiary things with you guys, that's a little different. But I don't want to cross that money stream. I don't want to, because if I start pulling money from my business account to pay bills, in my head, that then opens a floodgate, if that makes sense. So then all of a sudden I don't have money to pay for new art. I don't have money to pay for new, you know, tests for merchandise. I don't have money, you know, to upgrade overlays and things like that, because all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'll just pay my bills with this money. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So, yeah. So if I put the Patreon in its own thing, and then I just take the amount from the Patreon and like put it in a savings account until I get to that comfy spot where I feel like I can, you know, live off of it. Or if Patreon takes off enough that I can live off of that, then that would be the goal for the Patreon. If that makes sense. I was talking to Commissar about this because I was like very nervous about it because I don't want people to think I'm trying to double dip. I also don't want to force people who are just there for the comic to have to do things like Warlords Night, and I don't want people who just want to do Warlords Night to have to pay for stuff for the comic, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to like make people choose weird tiers that do stuff that has nothing to do with what they want to do. So now, like, the rewards for sorry, I got burp. The rewards for Patreon. Yes, that's not well, you guys are the comic friends. Customize your experience, yes. The rewards for like the Patreon would be like just general support. And like I said, none of this is set in stone yet. I'm still working on it, but I just wanted to let you guys know what was coming down the pipe. Would be like, you know, a general support for like a small amount, and then one would be like having your name on the end of like the bestiary videos or whatever, you know, like the YouTube video people do. So she can better formulate it. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, Ivan. And then like the top tier would be like the World Anvil type situation. So, and then, you know, your name in the thing. So it would be very simple, very straightforward, you know, things like that. So that was my thought. I have a voice for a poor miner. Let's go. I'm gonna make you guys all pretend to be miners on Saturday. You can be, yes, you can RP as Jeffrey and be eaten by crabs. So I guess that's just my thoughts right now. Like I said, it's gonna be months out. I am in no position to start drawing this comic. I still have to do Fubi's comic before I start this one, so it might not be something that happens until next year. You know what I mean? And wedding rehearsal and rehearsal dinner. No! I too was eaten by crabs. As a guy who has sung about his owning Ho's soul to the company's sacrifice of being a groomsman, it do be like that. Pay my Patreon, only $1,000 a month. See my memes, gain access to the Discord, and help fund a tower that will rival the very heavens. Yes. Hoing his soul. Yeah, so I mean, I have a World Anvil. There's stuff on it. It's an absolute mess. It's horrible. I don't have a lot of info on it. That is something that I will eventually be working on, though, just for my sake too, to keep my stuff in order, but also to share with you guys. I do want to throw in something because you guys are contributing a lot of good stuff, so I kind of want to like do like an ode to you guys too. So I don't know what that's going to look like or what that's going to be, but yeah. I know it's specifically to you nerds. So, yeah. The Valkyrie's making odes. Yeah, I'll turn the music back on. So, yeah, that's that whole deal. So, I feel bad because everyone really wants, like, a broken down, list of stuff, and I honestly can't give it to you yet, even if it was like free, because I don't have it, you know what I mean? I don't have it written down. Sorry, by the bottom of the page for creatures and stuff rewrite. Yeah, I was thinking something like that. I'd like to do something a little bit more than that for you guys because you're working so hard, but at the very least that. Yeah, we'll work it out. Yeah, I just don't want, I don't know, I was worried that people would start thinking I was trying to double dip, and that's not, like, I would want people to support what they want to support. Like, if they just like the streams, then support the streams. If they want to support the comic, they can choose to support the comic. You know what I mean? I don't want to force someone to have to support both if they don't want to. We want more. Does anyone have any other questions about the magic system, though? I will try to kind of put like spark notes in the minor area though, so that you guys can at least have a general idea. I'll try to do that. You know, and like none of the tiers would be like $50. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't make it like unaffordable. Starving you if I didn't buy the Patreon. Oh god damn it. Put spark notes there. I'll probably have questions later. Just can't think of any now. Okay. No one has any questions. I think we'll just do like a little wrap up and then close the store. That was kind of a crazy babble stream, so I'm sorry if none of this makes sense. Always organize and upload the notes later. Yeah, I do have them, so. I've been insulted by a chicken again. How has your week been so far? Exhausting. I skipped Zumba class today because I was too tired. Never answered my weather question? What was the weather question? I know, yeah. Because if you forgot my question, I was gonna piss and shit myself. Bleach is over here pitting and shitting. Classic Bleach. Question Otter. Where are we in power weapon tech? What do you mean power weapon? Are cannons a thing? In the universe, maybe? In this specific country, city? No. Well, I don't know. What do you mean cannons? I mean, maybe. I don't know. You cannot have cannon arms, no. Are monsters susceptible to white phosphorus? Maybe? Depends on the monster. Monsters are probably just as susceptible as anything else, yeah. Play Spec Ops The Line. Taking out monsters with a stone strike. The monsters are all contained within the coil. So that's the thing, is like monsters stay in the coil. They don't just like fall out. You know what I mean? No, I like Stone Strike better than Drone Strike. Can I have Full Metal Alchemist arms with Drone Mech instead? No, you can't because there's no love. There's no love. There's no blood. There's no love. Wait, hold on. Is that song on here? Hold on. Oh my god. No, you guys, hold on. For this stupid song so many times. Also, roughly how large is the coil in terms of volume? Well, I can tell you it's more than 4 gallons. I can tell you that. Wait, there's a show? It's Vinland Saga! Like, is it bigger inside than outside? It's not Doctor Who. I can't give, I'm gonna be honest, I can't give you, like, actual measurements. It's very large. It's like the size of, like, it's the size of a city. There's a big, big, big city above it. So, like, you know, like, New York City, underneath New York City. But, like, deep. I don't know. I can't give you, like, estimates. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have it. I can work on that answer and get back to you. But I don't have, like, measurements. Not good with numbers. You do the math. I'm not good with at least 7. It's at least 7, Arcus. Yeah, I would say it's a couple miles down. Learn math, V. No. I don't want to. It's many miles wide at the top. Like you would need, so it would take you it would take you several hours to walk across it, like at the top. Like it's big city wide. I don't know how wide New York City is, but it's also very deep. The song kind of falls apart when it keeps going, is the problem. Too shallow, unfortunately. Would never do numbers. I don't like doing numbers. I don't do numbers. Yeah. Like, I'm not a big fan of this part. I kind of just felt like they're trying to fill space, fill time. Shut up. Themes and stuff kind of fall apart when you listen to the full version. It's true! Like, even the opening theme kind of falls apart. I can't remember the name of that one, though. Chicken... What is it called? What is it called? What is it called? That's not what it's called. What's it called? It's all Japanese! What's it called? Oh man, it's a manga. God damn it, Ivan. God damn it. Yeah, I think that's it though. We'll call it, I think we'll call it there unless someone's got like a last minute question while I shut down the shop. Last call for orders! Oh no, don't repeat. Spotify, why you do this? I wish I could remember the opening. Oh, maybe it's because I spelled saga wrong? Put sada. It's ocean something. Ah! Ah! River. There it is. The song sounds so cool and then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, ah! Ah! Little dragon creature. Chat. What's a... Yeah. What's the volume? Yeah, you guys asked me some crazy questions. Anything. Questions here. Good night, V. Okay, we'll call it a night, guys. I'm gonna shut down the shop. Quick. See you in the coil, Helldivers. Thank you guys for coming. Congrats, people who won all the giveaways. Bye-bye.